Jonas Adu. And Avicic has a brother who plays for Illinois, and they pronounce their last names differently. Go figure. Brazil, 3. Back in. Lauren told us he was on the bench and ready to go, and sure enough, he's on the floor, and Davis will control for Arkansas. And with Wagner with it.
Adu just did a great job forcing Toppin to shoot over him.
Absolutely right. Not fouling him, and the size is a factor.
Davis, 3. Here Toppin with the ball. Grinding his way, trying to work his magic against Brazil. The defense there for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, Trevin Brazil's done a great job again. Look, you're not going to stop him. He's a good offensive player.
Oh, with a great dive inside.
Called for Toppin because they're only 3 for 19 from three.
Oh, what a great impact.
They can do that tonight.
Here's Scott from the outside. And it won't go. Brazil clears.
And so far, now it's very early, they haven't been near the glass.
Davis the other way. John L. Richmond.
And here's their pressure, full court. They do this a lot. Haven't done it a lot in this game. Now we got Adu back in the game.
Adu with the 3 fouls. Wagner looking for him. Gets it to him and the flush.
That's a big
difference. Lewis lost it. Wagner with nobody back. Scott chasing him. Richmond.
Wagner, they're not doing what I think in the half court now. You got to go to Ejiofor. Adu's going to not. He's going to do anything he can to not foul out. He's going to give the shot.
Wagner finds Brazil, and Brazil capitalizes.
Corner could knock out the 3.
And that's what John Calipari told us yesterday. When you asked him if he would double Dickinson, he said he's dangerous with that pass over players as they do.
Because he hasn't shot it well, but he made him pay on that one.
Only 27% on the season, but we know from his previous stops, a very good outside shooter. Adu running floater is good. Kansas up by 3.
And Arkansas playing a small team, even though Avicic is coming in back with the 2 fouls. He's keeping Brazil out.
Davis knocks it out. Griffin over to Dickinson, wide open. Misses the 3 and the rebound to Wagner.
I think they need to play through Dickinson, but when he's on the box.
Davis, quick 3.
Oh.
It's good.
To really feel loose going to the basket. But they got a rebound out of it.
Adu's got to put one up. He does.
Wow.
And hits.
This guy. And he caused that turnover.
3 consecutive trips with a turnover for the Jayhawks.
And they got to reverse the ball.
Davis for
shot.
3. Good!
Strong take that Arkansas needs. He went right into the chest of Dia.
Padula left it short. Hogs in transition.
Arkansas is going to get open shots by driving the ball. They're also going to get to the free throw line. That's what they need to do to win.
Turn around, Adu, and he is feeling it quickly. And then finding the open man in Richmond. Fading to his right, tipped back out by Adu.
What a play by Jonas Adu. If you can't grab it, keep it alive.
Well, Adu and Brazil with their length have made so many good plays. What a pass and a chance for 3. Arkansas is on a 30-11 run going back into the last couple of minutes of the first half. And doing it with 6 players. Knox for 3.
Morrell, that shot fake was big time. Brazil came right off the floor. It opened up the mid-range jumper. And well done.
Morrell has really stepped it up here in the second half. Brazil, wow, gets the bounce on the
ball. We can call plays, but don't hang around at the top. Just play if that play doesn't work out. And most importantly, be aggressive.
Yeah, coaching is difficult, Jess, but one thing I would say to the South Carolina team right now is Colin Murray.
And again, we mentioned they're without Adu Thero, who's had not a terrific year for Arkansas this year, over 15 points per game.
As a help defender. But Thomas didn't overreact, just was very patient, got right around him after the hesitation.
Very vocal, getting back down on D. You can see the intensity on his face. Trevin Brazil.
Vanderbilt, and they have a double-double against Mississippi State.
Thomas, no. Adu another rebound. The lead has grown to 9 for Arkansas here late in the first half. Make it 11. Adu.
That allowed him to get to that double team really quickly, but right on the midline.
Brazil just worked hard for inside.
It's not just about the initial shot here by Arkansas. It's about the rebound.
Pringle is back into the game now for South Carolina. Nelly Davis, left hand, it goes.
Gather up, go into the body, and finish, as you saw Cam Matthews do right there.
It's a catch-22. They're a top 10 shot blocking team in the nation, but then you know they're aggressive, looking to swat that shot. Wagner off the screen, bounce pass to Ivisic, got it to go.
So your footwork to paint a little bit more of your Arkansas.
Yeah, Adu has taken a couple of shots. He's got 5 rebounds as well, so he's been good on the glass. Wow, Carter knocks. That's the easiest deuce of the year.
Coming back answering. That mid-range, right around in the paint, they're living there right now and being very successful in Mississippi Stadium.
Yeah, Nwoko with 7. That's past the season average. Adu comes flying in for the 2-hand season. That's going to go a long way. Matthews with a spin. That one might have been partially tipped. So Arkansas on the move. They ended that half on a 9-2 run. Wagner finds Brazil. He can stretch it. Book it.
Knocking.
Really finished the year strong. Harris now with 15.
Very tough shot over a 7-footer, fading away, but he played off of 2 feet, got balance, was able to extend and elevate.
Been a really good day for Harris. Lob it up. Oh, the throwdown! Brazil. Over the last 10 minutes of the half, 2 of 14 on shots at the rim for the Commodores.
Yeah, it's crazy. 28 points in the paint to 10. Expect Vanderbilt to turn it up a notch. They are a physical team defensively. Hello.
Well, we've seen hounding Tyler Tanner. Nice crossover from Tanner. Left it short, shot an air ball.
And here's the tough part. I think what Coach Cal and his staff have done is they've said, okay, if Tanner's going to be quick, they're going to make him finish the play instead of making him a passer.
Brazil, corner 3. Board won't go. There's Jalen Carey. Kicks it back out. Nickel for 3. Wagner.
Nice pass.
Adu with a dunk.
But they have been in attack mode.
Here's Wagner. Ivisic fires. He is not shy, is he?
A tight rotation. You know what that means?
What?
Everybody eats.
Everybody eats me. I can promise you that. And that's interesting because usually that's how it's always been. The league is so deep now. Guys are going 9 or 10 deep and playing with their rosters. But 7 used to be it.
Richmond from short range.
And also something you said, too, Texas they're getting stops, but they're not running really in transition.
Ivisic with the Trey Johnson.
Stop it, Trey. Who did that to you?
Third 30-point game of his freshman season. Youngster leads the SEC, the best conference in basketball in scoring, and now
unbelievable. Right now, Caleb Grill is in a zone. The rim, the goal looks like the ocean, and he cannot miss.
Adu gets to his left hand, puts it in, and a foul.
Now, this is a big moment in the game right here for your Arkansas. You've got the lead. The crowd is in the building, up by 4 points. Getting something going here will be huge for your momentum.
Here's Davis!
And they had a game here in the jungle on Feb 8. They lost to Florida, just one of 2 losses on the year. A miss by Miles Kelly to start the game, and it's Arkansas ball.
Well, not only lost they, but they gave up 90 points on 13 made threes, and this is how trying to find a way to get Nelly Davis going. He's not a guy that's a creator off the dribble, but they have to run action for him. At times he can get lost in the offense.
Entry pass. Arkansas can tie with a 3. Wagner drives to the corner, knocks, and he hits it. We're all even it for Arkansas. So 6 points by Auburn in the last minute after the Razorbacks tied the game. Janai Broome with a double-double, the 16th of the season, 76th of his career, 12 points, 10 rebounds. He has as many offensive rebounds, 2, as Arkansas does as a team. Wagner with a lob, or with a throwdown. A dude
job with having active hands. Got to be sharp and precise with post passes.
Arkansas's last lead with 6.5 to go in the first half, all the way to the goal. Johnny Davis
finds Wagner in the corner. And Richmond goes high to snare that one, saved by Wagner. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Thero finishes at the rim.
They're not, but they play like they are, and that matters when you're down the stretch and you're unafraid of the moment.
Taylor in the last 4 games just a hair under 50% from 3. Wagner. Robbins racing. Here's Uvicic, fadeaway 3. Yep. He is a unicorn. 13 for.
All right, if Arkansas wants to get the win here in this rematch, what do they have to change here tonight?
Well, you can do a lot of that right there. Arkansas is going to have to do a better job in their pick and roll coverage. They're allowing the roll guy to get open, headed right down the lane.
Here's Uvicic. You got to stay close to him because he will make you pay for it.
There's John L. Davis taking a seat, trying to save it.
You know, John L. Davis told me what's helped him recently is locking in defensively is Uvicic with the reverse slam.
The game. 1 rebound, 1 play, 1 made shot on a clear look. And Arkansas makes you pay. On the rim with the elevation on that slam.
Under a minute to play here at Arkansas in this first half. A little zone here by LSU.
Good change up, a good strategy to do it towards the end of the half.
Knox will step into one and nail the 3. Wagner was looking for the lob instead. Now here's John L. Davis, his runner, comes to a stop. LSU trying a little full court press.
Really good job by Arkansas to handle the pressure, get the ball back into the operational area, and run their offense.
Pick and roll with Big Z. They find him on the slip, and that's just too easy.
Years preseason player of the year in the SEC. He's turned up his game over the last few. They tried to reverse jam by Clifford Amori. Here's a look at the starters for Arkansas. They feature Zvonimir Ivicic on the inside. He has really picked up his play lately, and he's coming off of a 9-point 12-board game in a road win in Austin.
Thomas, an Arkansas team that is good at grinding you out on the offensive end.
They go to Ivicic immediately.
They caught in a miscommunication, left a guy uncovered at the rim.
Ivicic for 3. Got it. And used every bit of the rim.
And you have to fight with all you have tonight if you're Arkansas to keep that kid from going to his left. He is dynamite with that left hand.
Here's Wagner. Gives it up to Thero for 3. Got it. A good field 20 times. Here's Wagner. Wagner left alone. Youngblood got picked up in a screen. Ivicic over Nelson.
Yeah.
Man, what touch. Impact for Zvonimir Ivicic on both ends.
No doubt. And Diabate, that's his game, man. That hard hat award goes to him most of the time. Just making those blue-collar plays that Nate Oates thrives on.
This dude is brimming with confidence. A fadeaway! He gives the bucket to Bama. 16-point lead now.
Tom, Big Z has not scored in this half. And he was the offense for Arkansas. And right now Arkansas running their what they call circle action for Wagner, grinding the game away a little bit. Let it fly.
Ivicic, fourth 3 of the game. They lost to Purdue on November 15th. And then they lost to Oregon to close out the month of November. Since then, they've only dropped 1. Richmond rolls it home.
From Arkansas
Tied 52% from the floor in the second half. Here's Richmond. Short corner pull up. Got it! And he's fouled. Challenge it. Now a dozen for Diabate. Alabama poised to become the #1 team in the country. Thero drills the fourth. Transition three off the mark and rebounded by Johnell Davis. Wagner shuffles it back to Davis and he banks it in. Trey Johnson off the screen, in and out. And as those misses continue, it feels like it compounds the negative energy. Wagner kicks to the wing. Three good for Johnell.
Step up in their roles, and you get a little bit more of a rhythm with more minutes spread out amongst the backcourt.
There were times throughout the course of the season in the first 16 games or so as Ivičić throws it down.
Not only who you play, but when you play them. And if you're Rodney Terry, aren't you thinking, I wish I would have had this Arkansas team to start conference play, not right now.
Give them to me in January. Let me face that Hog squad. Lob, Ivičić throws it down.
Kentucky. This crowd has been on its feet for 30-plus minutes, and it's controlled by the former Wildcat Ivičić and now Wagner. They wanted to go to a lob, it wasn't available. What a huge shot.
Robinson is making over 4 threes per game over the last 5 games. An elite shooter.
Ivičić will launch a high arcing three. There,
though, is a no-mistake guy. If you're Arkansas, you cannot go under. You cannot get clipped. If you switch, you better switch high, or he'll make you pay.
Kentucky 3 of 3 from the floor. Thero will fire. He knocks it down. Man, 50-50 balls and 1.
Yeah, he has been right in the middle of the traffic, has he not?
Davis fires, sets straight on, and finds the bottom of Kentucky this year.
And Cal with another play call. Expect this possession for Arkansas to get to single digits.
Wagner, Ivičić, the roll 3. Yes.
Got to shoot that right wide open.
So far that Arkansas has played all year.
Yeah, but can Arkansas hang in this game and continue to score at this level? They haven't done it all year in conference play. Maybe tonight's the night.
Inbounds. They'll boo Wagner. They booed Wagner more than the other transfers who are now with Cal and Arkansas. And alley-oop to start to Thero.
Like feet battling.
Yeah, that's where some of that experience that Wagner has and Thero has can pay big dividends. Wagner's been so solid in this second half. Chandler getting a lot of run here. We haven't seen Trent Noah in this game.
I mean, Kentucky goes zone for the first time. They're just trying to change the game right now with 3:40 to go.
Davis penetrates and gets it over the hands of Owe. Thero.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, what an acrobatic.
Here comes Oklahoma. They've got the numbers on the fast break. Layup no good.
Missed opportunity by Oklahoma in the last possession. Really good job getting into gaps against Arkansas.
Open 3. Carter not
up on the play. Getting the rejection at the pinnacle. That's one, if you're Godwin, you got to know that you've gotten freed up from your assignment. You got to get that up on the glass quickly.
And then he caps it with a 3. Got 1.
Oklahoma jumping into some full court pressure.
And it may just work. They got the deflection. The Razorbacks will bring it up.
Got a friendly bounce.
Thero. Good for 3. That's huge. The rebound. Here comes DJ Wagner.
Oklahoma struggling to find a field goal.
Big Z for 3. Here comes 5 on the shot clock. Wagner. Shot's no good. Got his own board, though. Thero dumps it home.
There's those winning
points. I don't know that many of us saw that coming, that Gamecocks would challenge the Gators at that point.
Bodies tumbling everywhere ahead to Thero, who lays it in.
Man, Roy, what a...
He'll defend Newell. LeFew, the mid-range. And here comes DJ Wagner. Brazil in the air for a minute, lays it up with a scoop. That's going to be the third personal on Kane. 8 points, 3 fouls. Numeral 0 in black. Davis, a step back. Big shot to open up the...
Pittsburgh, Tim Gergerich invited him and Cal to help coach a kids camp. Barnes' team ended up beating Cal's team in the championship game. And Barnes did have the benefit of Sean Miller on the team.
That helps a little bit, right? And kids.
What's the slip? And Knox, who has been a good shooter, finally gets a three-pointer almost the rest of the way.
Well, this would have been house money if Arkansas could have won on the road today at Tennessee. Like I said, you've got to now regroup and make sure you win your home games as well. And every coach in the league understands that formula.
Man out of Greece. Wait for that Greek under-18 national team in their league. Glasper in and out. Boy, that looks so good coming out of his hand. Alley-oop. Oh, Brazil! To the Aggies. Forrest takes it right to Ivasic. Now a little run out. Thero takes it himself.
Not him, but normally a three-point shooter gets a lay-in, and the Bears needed that one.
Little lock of communication on the back screen. Nice play by UCA. Gets a clean, good look.
Big Z, Carter Knox to check in at the next dead ball. Due for a media timeout as well. Adu draws the double, still able to score, and that's not a good sign. Pointer block, so I think that might be in the back of his mind. He shoots over Big Z, and Fland even gets the rebound. Boy, Richmond, Billy Richmond in the game, he took a shot. You know, Cal said about Boogie in that UTSA game, Joe, he did not play well in the first half against the Roadrunners, and he said he's got to play well for us to win. He doesn't have to play out of his mind, but he's got to defend, he's got to play with energy because he's got such a spirit about him.
Absolutely, and the team follows him.
It's been such an odd first half for the Razorbacks over so many of their games. All 10 second halves, they've outscored their opponents. I know even against UTSA, it looked like a struggle. Things did not fall, and there's...
Keep Arkansas in front of them, make them shoot, and try to secure the rebound.
Arkansas shooting 67%. Adu! Hey, he's moving better, Joe. Lane Taylor really working hard. Nice pass into the corner, open three. McCormick got knocked down, no whistle. Arkansas's cooled off just a bit. Richmond on the drive. Extra pass. Boy, good ball movement by the Razorbacks. And the Bears doing a lot of chasing. There's the catch by Adu and a flush. And played only 60 seconds Tuesday night, so I asked one of the Arkansas personnel, and I won't say who, were these guys roommates? And he looked at me and he said, they are now. Misery loves company, so does sickness. Second half off and rolling. Nellie Davis trying to continue this three-point stroke.
Now into the paint, left hand, it won't go. And Arkansas with numbers, 5-on-4. Can they take advantage? There it is, Brazil from Wagner. Turnovers in the first half. Now Roddy Gale Jr. in the post, can't finish it. Adu a good rebound.
Michigan can't forget about Vlad Golden inside.
DJ Wagner takes the handoff from Adu. Up top, and this game is tied. It's Flan's turn this time. It bounces free. The Hogs still have it. The shot clock did not reset. A corner three for Flan. Flan, Wolf tries to stay in front of him and succeeds. Now Wagner gets a piece of the paint, finds Brazil in the corner for three, and it's a 4-point game.
And how many times is the momentum going to shift in this game?
This one has been fun from the get-go. Wagner, Brazil to lay it in. What a
So Wagner averaging 9 a game. Will check it in. The 7-footer will launch it and knock it down.
He's
what
got
a sweet touch.
Yeah, he had.
Wow.
2-1 Cleveland.
Wow.
And he may have multiple Sports Center highlights tonight.
Goodness gracious.
He's smiling right now, Obi. He knows he just did something special.
Wagner trying to recover. Flan from the corner. Got it! A three-point answer. That'll rattle in from three-point land.
But what they have not been able to do is get Miami off the three-point line, especially Blackman, who's knocked down back-to-back threes in the last couple possessions for the Canes.
Davis lets fly and nothing but net.
And you see Davis now, others allowed them to be the stars. He understands this year he has to be the star for this Arkansas team to be successful.
He's been that, 19 points a game, 6 rebounds. Straight on Davis. Yeah, that'll rattle in.
And we've hesitant and gone back and forth whether or not to double team. Jim Larinaga told us Lindked had 3 assists last time out off of double teams alone. Does a great job of spraying it out.
Big Z got it.
Team as the better brother early, maybe.
Both were talking trash during the week. Lob it up, slam it down. Ivisic rocks the.
As you're talking about Jokic, one of the things that's really improved recently entering this game is the ball security. 9 assists to 2 turnovers in his last 2 games. He had 11 turnovers in the 2 games prior, and that's a.
Zvonimir Ivisic backing in, tough delivery on the baseline, grabbed by Thero. Reload. Davis.
Nice pump. He does that beautifully.
Fly by, and a jumper goes for 3.
A little size.
Flan not able to get it. And with the man advantage, pulling the trigger, Johnson, but can't get it to fall. 1 of 9 now is Maryland Eastern Shore from distance. Thero. And he'll go to the
staff. They're going to want to see what guys let off the gas pedal here and who can stay focused. Who can, while you're up, 30 points, who can stay. See that very often in today's game, especially, at this higher level in the SEC. There's a lot of moving around. So, built the foundation, Florida Atlantic, and then obviously had an opportunity to come here, speak of the devil.
Of ball and player movement yet in this first half. Wilkinson just has to take it himself. Wagner's got it, and numbers. This is a 3-on-none. Richmond with the easy layup. Wow.
Wagner. Still a good sign to see DJ knock it down after not scoring in 37 minutes against Troy. Thero. Joe, what a pleasant surprise. A miss from Caney. Coulibaly will spin one out. Well, Big Z, we know what he did the other night. That is a pretty stroke from distance. Struggled from the free throw line the other day. Ralph went up for another flush, and he lost it. Maybe it was deflected. Numbers aren't there. Wagner attacks. There's the alley, and the oop. Couldn't take advantage. They lost by 3.
I've never heard of that.
It's hard to do. Somebody's going to get fouled or slop the shot in. There's the alley, the catch from Richmond, and that'll break the scoring.
It's got to hang in there.
Ralph just hit a three. He had a chance to tie the game. Wagner clears. Richmond on the push, gets the step up in the air. He'll score and a chance for one more.
I'm down the floor. Every time down the floor, he's attacking the basket, not only to try to score, but to find an open man. Davis right there. Nice shot.
Hey, the race
or you're even winning.
How about that drive from Miles Rigsby, the freshman of the year last year in the Sun Belt. He was in double figures 17 times, just 5 tonight, but that's a big basket. And Big Z will hit the threes. That this week. Play with your hands up. When they're down, you give up shots. When you reach or bend, you get fouls.
Yep. Hands vertical, hands in the air. Takes out the sight of the offense. It can't make easy passes. It really should just be taught everywhere.
Tell you what, I like his threes. It's hard to come on the road and win when you're not knocking down the threes, even if you're getting some high percentage shots, but Bellamy was denied at the rim again. Boogie Flan from one end. Big Z still feeling it. More touch and a lay-in.
Got to get back on defense.
From Singh. That's happened a few times.
Yeah, it's happened a few times. Troy's pushed the pace, and Arkansas hasn't fallen asleep on transition defense. Not something that Calipari is going to be happy with in the film room tomorrow.
Arkansas doesn't play until Monday. No games this weekend. There is a football game that I think the locals are interested in. Thero, open three. And he'll knock one down. That's a nice.
Fan the ball to the weak side. Then fought to get inside position as an offensive rebound. 5-point lead for Baylor. He will launch from deep, and he rattles into three.
Suber, there's the acceleration. Shot may have been altered by Richmond. Hogs on the push, Wagner. Big Z lucky to catch.
Wow.
But he'll bury the triple.
That's incredible.
We're going to see that one again. I swear his forehead was at the rim. Here's Davis on the drive with the reverse off the glass. And Lipscomb has to